dwells within the spirit. Try to embrace all that you are.
Nothing can withstand the withering. Against the endless erosion, my strength grew weaker by the day.
True power dwells within the spirit. Try to embrace all that you are.
Nothing can withstand the withering. Against the endless erosion, my strength grew weaker by the day.
True power dwells within the spirit. Try to embrace all that you are.
Nothing can withstand the withering. Against the endless erosion, my strength grew weaker by the day.
True power dwells within the spirit. Try to embrace all that you are.
Pretty much removes away the XP here again for no one, right?
Exactly. So, like, what is the need to take away the CC? I mean, they are probably predicting the Kimi mid and then the CC gold. But
Mm-hmm.
judging from their jungle choice right now, it's the Leomord. I think they would prefer to go in for a gold lane all over again. I know
Yeah.
that the Granger is just very vulnerable to the gut of Arsa and Freya, so I guess they'll leave it open and then the Claude could be their last ban here.
Um, I don't know why Nexus banned away the Boxia because I'm pretty sure Peak will never pick out the Boxia here. Kind of a wasted ban. They could try to focus onto the Yishin instead. So, well, it's a choice of their own, but hey, like you predicted, it's gonna be the Kimi that they ban away. I could have been into their favor instead, but Peak decided to play the
That's right.
first to heck with it. And yeah, this can be an opener for the Yushin to play around with because we can see the combination of the Yushin in the first side and the Gato that can come through here. They already have a fighter into the gold lane side, so that can also be an option. But now for Mikey, he is gonna be deciding whether what kind of marksman he would wanna play because I'm sure they are gonna need a marksman here. And Harris, oh okay, they won a late game damage potential. I've never seen the Freya going against Harriet, but I'm pretty sure the Freya always winning out into the lane in any kind of 1v1 situation, right? So yeah, this is gonna be a Yishin for Peak and XP lane. Phobius, I don't know. Phobius looks so good to me here.
Well, yes, looks good, but then again, I guess they'll wanna play with the AOG setup, so the penalty zone could come in a little more useful, especially because the Leo
Mm-hmm.
mark, you can at least control the Leo mark for 2 seconds into that ultimate. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a good pick right there. But the assumption is so damn obvious into that draft. I don't know why
Yeah.
Nexus banned a Baxia instead. I mean, Basia loses to a Leomord, so why would you ban a
Yep.
losing hero and then give away the Yisung Shin, which is a signature pick? I mean, whatever. Good luck. And if Fomin pulls off what Yahiko did yesterday against DSG, then good night to Nexus already. But I guess
Yep.
here they want the Lunox pick with the Hylos.
Wow.
That works out, but like they have got absolutely no range into their draft whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. No AoE is so, and the fact that it's a Farsa too, that's a bigger range in comparison to the Linux again, and the lack of crowd control might eventually be making them suffer. And they already had the choices to go for the Kadita as well, which could have been a better option in against the Ishinshin, of course, and the Farsa as well. But hey, I think if they are able to win out into the early stages of the game, they will be able to put it up because on paper, the Yushin can be directly countered by the Yuzhong, and it's going to be dependent on whether the Yuzhong is able to find the right targeting against the Yushin. But then again, he's only not going to be focusing on to the Yushin himself. They have to play around the corner when they start to go for the objective fights and whatnot. But yeah, with the lack of crowd control, it's pretty scary for Nexus right now. But I hope they'll be able to pull it off because they do have a re-engagement resources and of course another disengager with the Glorious Pathway, depending on how the crowd control goes on.
Exactly so, and welcome back to the Land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the third place deciding match, and if I'm not wrong, it's a BO5, so we will be seeing quite possibly 3, 4, even 5 games if Nexus decides to pull off something amazing. First game, the draft does look favorable for the side of Peak, but if Nexus manages to play to their strengths, then things would look a lot different and then they could be getting that 1.4 themselves. Like we said into the oh look at him, I mean he is going in for it. He's exactly pulling out what we expected him to pull. So
Yeah.
it's just gonna be one of those very obvious ways of jungling. So like if it works, it works, I guess, for him.
He always does this with this kind of assassins, and I'm pretty sure he's always going to be having that level D that he's usually looking for against a Yishin when you're playing against a Leomord, by the way. And I think he want to do that. But onto the other side as well, I think it's Meat who was kind of missing out to the rotation coming through from the Huamin as well. But on this side of his, I don't think he's going to be that much ahead. But the help coming through from the team is definitely going to be saving him quite a lot. So that is one way to a start at the rotation to the jungle passing as well. But for the side for this combination coming through from both of the teams right now, I'm pretty sure the first hurdle is definitely going to be important. The level 5 no one onto the can be the game changer coming through for their side, because that is the big card control that they have.
That's what. And currently, Meat is ahead, but Ramen has got up equally as well. So yeah, there we go. The Mana Chakra will be used up already for the vision, and they know the positioning so far. And none of the mages have really hit their level 4, so they're gonna have to wait out
Mhm.
just slightly a bit. No one is low on HP, but technically
Yeah.
speaking, it's a terrorist land. You will be able to recover it very well once you cast the penalty zone, so you'll have to look in for it. Oh, there we go. The Chaos Assault has just a stun for the high dust. It's an easy
Oh.
kill for Icy right there. Immediate first blood coming in from Nexus, so Ramen will be forced to back off a bit. Yusenshin will use the Black Dragon form against the Savage Warrior. I don't know why the Kuchang was not picked yesterday, but hello. That's going to be another possible kill. Hunter Stevenson right there.
Oh.
Yep, he decides to go in for it, but yep, that's going to be passive Super Genius, and he gets the kill once again. 2 for 1, plus the turtle in favor of Nexus already.
That was a big mistake coming through from the side of Peak here. If you are against the Yu Zhong into the early stages of the game, you might want to focus a little bit on him. He cannot be full HP with a better fight in a level 4 for the start of the turtle, and I think that is going to be the bit of a blunder that's coming through from the side of Peak, especially if it is a Yu Zhong against a Yi Xunshin, and you might want to protect your Yi Xunshin here time and time again, and this is why they shouldn't have started the turtle fight here when no one was low and Super Aziz was full in HP, full in every resources that was needed for him, and I think he's going to be the main reason why there was a turnabout of event onto the turtle fight. But it was mostly instigated by Chief IC trying to get a kill onto no one very, very early on. The penalty zone did not come in handy for that fight, and that might have costed the early game for the side of Peak here. But still, they do have a chance because the skin turtle will definitely equalize onto whatever goal they have been losing out. So that can be starting it right now. But the fact that Mid is he got the level 7 very early on.
And then the fact that they have the Harriet for the late game also helps their draft quite a bit. But onto the hands of Speak as well, they do have the
Mm.
Ascension and the Freya, but what they need to do is avoid getting picked off or making those little mistakes which they just did. I think this is one
Mm.
of the reasons why that Peak has been reaching the grand finals and then these third place deciders every so often ever since last year. But somehow they have just not been able to secure a champion title anymore, more than like a few tournaments. But there we go, Debbie. That's going to be second total for this game.
Yeah, but a good control coming through from Stevenson here. They know they're gonna be a little bit a little bit ahead onto the out to the resources as well. There's gonna be a little bit of a reset coming through, but right now I think Kitty might be able to zone people away, but no one. Oh wow, resources already burned down just before the start of the fight, and I think to revitalize already been popped, but still Nexus can contest this.
Oh, nice AOG running onto two side of Glory gets the kill on Super G.
Oh.
He will find me as Icy gets a kill assault onto a Savage Warrior. Mikey definitely trying to find it out here, but then it's a Freya. Of course, the Freya means that's going to be Flicker knock up, and the basic attack did go one
Wow.
Rex of Stevenson, which helped Mikey escape, but now no one, and even will be caught out in between Stevenson and Icy. Yep, and he's going to be taken down. Young is coming back with the Black Dragon form. He
Oh.
got into that blue buff just because of just like a split second and he would have survived. But hey,
Mhm.
that's what bad luck is for you.
The Yuzong holds so much of a big importance into this team fights, and we can see right now he did fall down very early on, but top lane.
Can't see Mikey trying to win it out against Savage Warrior. You will be using up the wings by wings to run away though, so I guess that's a safe choice. He did go for the lane clear, and he was kind of successful at it, so that's gonna be a no push up top.
That was actually a slow but steady fights coming through from the side of Nexus as well, but a good catch onto those important members coming through from Kitty was the decider of how they were winning out to the game as to the team fights onto the turtle as well. So now they are going to be equalizing into the goal because of just one take onto the turtle. This is the problem, right? When you see a Leomod going against a Yi Xunshin, they are always going to be trying to equalize onto the goal. No one should be ahead because whoever is ahead at least 1k of the goal will always be winning it out. So that's why it's important that they equalize everything. But the thing about equalizing every goal that they have so far is that it's going to be slowing down every objective, every fights that they've been taking. They cannot really be aggressive because they know that their damage are going to be equalized. But bot lane though,
Definitely need is a bit of a danger here. Karsa will be using up the Black Dragon, the Feather Airstrike and the AOG.
oh,
Everything will be used up on mid right then and there, and they will be able to secure that kill. Super Jesus though is trying to fight away a bit of those people to stop them from going towards the turtle, but that means that the bottom lane tier 1 will be secured by the Freya. While up top, Farming gets the top lane turret as well. So that's a big win-win for Semifinal right here.
yeah, double, triple win here. But hey, turtle, oh, I mean, oh
Oh
no.
no, he gets picked off again, but the Feather Airstrike will be enough to take down Super Jesus along with Freya's damage. Stevenson will be the only one left out. Mikey jumps into that fight and will get forced out of the Zaman force area, so that's going to be a bit less damage coming up. But Zone comes in, damage on Light here. Mikey, they have to back off up with those heals. That really is low. And again, Steven is back into the fight. Actually tries to use a KSS. But
Oh,
yeah, that's gonna be the wipe from Savage Warrior. That damage definitely hurts from the blast from the ultimate.
yeah, that's a bombardment that we are talking about, a bomb flying from the sky, and I think this is eventually a good carry coming through from the side of Savage Warrior here because I feel, wait, a dragon? That's so premature coming through from Super Jesus because they're not going to be trying to contest anything like the objective onto the Lord Ezra, and he shouldn't have wasted on that. But nevertheless, this would be a free Lord coming through from the side of Homin here, the first Lord, by the way, and they will be eventually having a goal lead of 3k right now. So this is the good start, a good accumulation onto those resources and goal as well coming through from the side of peak here. Now they are going to be able to have all the damages done, and I think this was eventually possible just because of the one pickoff that they decided to do against mid onto the bot lane side and getting two turrets as well and the turtle too, and that is eventually giving them this lead that they have right now. So when you have a goal into your hands, they're going to be having the items too, and at this point, I don't think Mid should be engaging on anyone right now because he's actually already behind.
That's the point, and they aren't even giving time to the Harrod to scale up as much as he would want to. So the problem is that P here is definitely gaining that map control they already had in the beginning, and now once they got those two turrets, the tier 1 to take the side, I think the map opened up so much more for them. And no one, of course, is really focused as well on taking the people and keeping them
Hmm.
farther away from the range as much as they really wanted to. But for now, yeah, it's going to be hard to see that
Oh,
oh!
oh,
Enough to supplement their tracks, but Kitty will die from that 2000 turret damage hitting her then and there. Light Dragon Fawn will be used up. Can he mark one loose? The question the Petrified comes in and dash. I think it's no one though on to the top side. Super Jesus will find one, but still he's falling back.
oh.
Gets the kill onto one there, and I think using the building of the airstrike is enough to find Leon in that fight.
Good John, but good kill as well. But this time around, Super Jesus might be wanted to get a damage onto Eden here. That's gonna be a kill already. Not much save can be done here. I think he overstayed a little bit of his welcome for a little too long. Eden, I know that he's got 3 items already. There's, of course, the anti-heal is gonna be working out, but when he is actually so low onto the HPs, I don't think that's going to be enough for him to survive. But he did everything that he could, and every goal lead has been to the favor for the sign up peak here again, and of course 6k onto the hands of Hamin, but surprising enough, he didn't have the more gold here. 7k he's got, so he can go for the full damage and a little bit of a sustain so that he'll be able to stay along into the team fights and get the spell vamped on because that's what he needed. But 30 seconds for the law is gonna be but the law is gonna be coming out, and even if Nexus can't contest this, they will be able to clear it out quite easily because they do have a Harris and a Lunox onto their side. That's a late game composition that they are going through, and given the fact that Eden is on the Freya, that is a fighter, it can, no matter how strong it is, into the later part of the game, he's going to be falling in out. So Peak, they need to have their decisions. They need to end the game as fast as possible so that the Lunox nor neither the Harriet can get the farm up here. And of course, Yishun is weak against these kind of magic damage dealers, so they need to be very, very careful. Do not throw any game and try to end the game as early as possible.
Lord, I believe. But yeah, that's going to be
Yeah.
one attempt to take down Stevenson, and man is using a glorious pathway like he always does to try and recover his HP. So technically, that's one important resource being taken away right before the
Yep.
Lord, and Huamin should be able to take it out pretty easily with Eden just bursting it out as much as he possibly can. So that's gonna be a no contest Lord, and
Mm-hmm.
for now things look safe and in progress and in lead for the side of Team Peak. But we'll have to see if Team Nexus can pull off a miracle defense with this one, because they do not really have their tier 2s out. It's only their inhibitors, and this one's an advanced lord, 12 minute advanced lord, which is going to be heavily targeted.
I think they can give one inhibitor away and try to defend the other two here, because of course they do have a good clearance with the Lunox, with the Lord and not the minions, by the way. And it should be dependent on Mikey whether he's able to get the Demand Force on time and not get caught here most of the time. And this Demand Force will not be the damage dealing potential for the other team, but Savage Warrior, a premature ultimate coming through for him. But yeah, they're just gonna be giving onto the top lane side here. But Super Z is so good in zoning. AOZ though. Oh.
He's gonna fall down though. Super Jesus is now gonna get free access to just try and mark down Talibori, that's gonna be petrified. But the penalty zone, he does petrify out of the region.
Wow.
That's gonna be an overextension from the side of Team Nexus. They will pay for it though. Eden is gonna get the triple kill. And Stevenson here is getting marked down by Helmet as well. This Scorpius is going to hit though, and then the base is just gonna be open. Icy is the only one left, and that's gonna be 4 kills taken down by Eden into that fight. The base is gonna be wide open. They do not have the minions though, but it's coming down mid, and they should be able to end it right here. Nobody's really gonna be alive before that.
We're just gonna be watching their base being taken down by a very, very havoc. It could have been a turnabout of even if Nexus did not overstate their work, and more than of course they do want to go for the engages, but they are so behind onto the goal they did not really have the right amount of damage potential that can come true with their ultimate so far. But yeah, they even peak overextended there, and they should be punishing that overextension, and they shouldn't be the one going in again. They got a kill on Kitty and they should just back off and try to defend it. And I think it gave Chef IC in a position where he don't know whether he have to clear out those minions or whether he should be joining the team fight. And when he was in a dilemma right there, everything fell down and he was the only one surviving there. And I think Peak, you know what? They also need some discipline.
Yep, they need a little bit of discipline as well. Like they go in for the engages themselves, and then if it doesn't work out, they kind of throw the game. But this time around, it was fine. But that's game 1 for you, and we will be right back with game 2.
It's best of 3.
Ah, okay. It was 2 hours marked there. No, that's why I thought.
Yeah, that's fine. Even me, I thought that. Why is it 8, 6, 7, 8? Oh wait, it can be 7:30. Oh, Dusty is still sleeping, bro. They should wake him up. Imagine living your life.
Nothing can withstand the withering. Against the endless erosion, my strength grew weaker by the day.
True power dwells within the spirit. Try to embrace all that you are.
Such a menace into the previous game, into the hands of Eden, of course, and he was able to end the game very fast, and they cannot really drag into the later part of the game as well. But like I said, it's going to be the Grok banned away. The Kalea is also completely out there, left in the open, but these two teams does not really pick out the Kalea. I don't know, maybe there's a possibility that they don't want to compare together, but the Leomar is going to be a target ban here. Meet, he can play the Yi Sun now, or he could be banned away again. But the thing about the Yi Sun is that you cannot really first pick this hero. The Yuzong is still available for grass if they wanna play it, but
Nothing
what is gonna be
can
more
withstand
valid
the
here?
withering.
Eve is also there.
Against the endless erosion,
Yeah.
my
The
strength
Eve
grew
is
weaker
quite
by the
possibly a
day.
choice that they can go in for here, but against the
Oh,
Claw, it's a bit risky, I believe. So
yeah.
maybe, yeah, the Freya will be taken out this time. So
True
the other
power
option for Eden
dwells
could
within
be
the
the Granger
spirit.
if he can
Try to
maneuver around the
embrace
Blazing Duet,
all
or
that
he could
you
just lock in
are.
the safe option of picking up the carry. But Carry is going to
Mm.
lock in on the God of Gacha once again, so that's going to be a staple pick. And Marlon goes in for the Lancelot.
Wow.
Pretty early, I'd say.
It's very early, and the Lancelot is not that valid, man. On this in this current patch, I would love the Suya rather than the Lancelot any day. But you know what? This is one of his favorite heroes after the Fanny, of course. So I'm pretty sure he just wanted to stick to the comfort pick here because it can possibly be their last match also. So yeah, but it's very early though. But for the side of Nexus here, they already see the Gatot. Oh, they're gonna be denying the Farsa even against the Landslide. So now it's gonna be safe for Savage Warrior to finally pick out a different hero from this tournament so far. But Meat, okay, he wanna stick for the Fredrin here because like, oh, never mind. Oh my goodness, this is so expensive. A Claude and Yisensin together?
Nothing can
That's
withstand
like
the
having
withering.
a minimum
Against the endless
8 minute game
erosion,
for some
my
damage to be
strength
seen
grew
from your
weaker
team.
by the
Yeah.
day.
That dual against the Lancelot, I
Yeah.
mean, very risky. But if you can play the way that Huamin farms or Yahiko
True
farms and
power
onto that hero, then I
dwells
guess
within
it
the
works out. So we'll
spirit.
have to see if
Try
it's
to
that much of a comfort
embrace
from Meat right
all
here.
that you
Chef
are.
Icy, meanwhile, he will be locking onto the Farsa, which is a good pick against the carry. Maybe even the God of Kacha, it does work out. But against the Lance, he would have to position very, very safe. Pete, meanwhile, I think the Zacian is going to be their immediate pick right after
Mm.
the next banning phase, and I don't think that Nexus can read in into that and ban that hero, but if they do, then that would be something amazing. Maybe they take out the Kadita Shear, or quite possibly a cameo out of Lunox is what we will see, or even the Eve. But other than that, I don't really find a way for them to ban the Zacian, which they should. Pete, though, I guess they'll ban out on something like the usual this time around as well.
Oh, they saw
Oh no,
it.
they did. Oh, they saw
Yeah,
it.
they
Nice.
saw
Good
it.
job.
Oh
Good
man,
job.
that's a good job, man. I would have loved that Zetan to be coming through the side of Peak actually. Hey, Kaz are banned, so they just don't wanna go for the pick over here right now because the Kalia is also a big option here. And I think this time around Nexus should just focus onto the Mages ban here. A bit of a utility onto the other side as well because right now I think the Lancelot and the carriers should be enough damage. They're gonna be needing the magic, of course, but they can surely be dependent on to the carry here. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, I don't know why they banned out the Kaza for the side of peak. There was a big combination. Of course, there can be a combination with the Farsa and the Yi Xunshin, but these three picks already coming through from the side of Nexus, they need a good frontliner, damage circuit as well, and they ban out the Lapu. Oh, okay. They don't want the Lapu for themselves. The Yuzong is still out there, but the Yuzong needs a secondary tanker that can come through into the hands of the roam.
That's what, like, Hylos is gone, so what is Stevenson even gonna pick here? The Grok is gone, the Hylos is gone, Hilda is gone, the next valid choice, the Khalid, maybe? Or the Chip. The Chip
Khalid.
could work. The Chip is a decent choice with the Yusenshin ultimate, but why
They
the
need some
Hylos?
setup.
Exactly, they need
Yeah.
setup. Exactly what they want.
Tigreal? No. I'm pretty. Yeah, the Tiger wouldn't work here. Yeah, they need a good front line here. Please, not the throw, because even though the combination can come through with the Yushin, it's not that big because this time the picks is gonna be necessary if they can go for the front line. Fovius. Against the Lancelot it works. Against the Selena it works. Okay, there we go. It's gonna be the Khalid. That's the only option that they
Okay,
could go for.
that's what.
Yeah.
It
So
does work though against the carry. I mean,
yeah.
once you get the chastise pulled on, I guess you
Mhm.
can from the carry at least up until she gets the demon hunter sword, right?
Yeah,
Second
yeah, yeah.
skill, just soak up the damage she is dealing as much as possible. But then again, it would still depend on the stuns coming in from the side of Team Peak. They do have the Gado and the Selena for that. And I guess we'll be seeing a Yuzhong for ourselves. No Sora definitely into this drug. The Yuzhong is the most valid choice. If not, then the Uranus or the Esmeralda at best. Yeah, they're gonna go with for the Uranus.
Okay, there are these peak deployment. They are so they just wanna play out those chaotic play style here because there's no burst, no insta burst into the early 8 minutes of the game here for the Uranus, so he can be that menace into the early stages. He can play around the backlines most of the time, try to disrupt every ultimate that can come through from the side of Seth IC as well, and yeah, give her the vision of where the backlines is gonna be. Meanwhile, Stevenson might eventually be busy trying to go for the sets here again, but you know what? The Khalid works. This is the only option. But the Lancelot have so many ways to try to defend against the Khalid too. So that's why I think they pick out the Fovea so that they can handle the Lancelot with that. But yeah, it's gonna be some big complication onto the combination that they have for the side of Nexus. Meanwhile, for Peak, it's pretty beginner, right? It's pretty normal.
That's what. But welcome to the Land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be game two in this best of three third place deciding match. And this time around, Harmon will be starting off in a normal rotation of the blue buff, while Mead goes in for his blue. A bit vulnerable to invades, provided there's a Gatot and a Selena. But we'll have to see if Stevenson is there, though, providing the vision. He's gonna get quite a lot of gold from that vision that he just provided. And Savage Warrior will be poked down pretty low, and he might have even to recall right after this wave, because of course against a Farsa and a Khalid, you do not want to be poked down pretty low. Gold side though, with
Yeah.
carry pressuring the plot a bit, yeah, that's gonna be quite a lot of pressure onto Mikey right at the first wave of the game. So technically, you're gonna play a bit safer than that.
Yeah, this is a clown, and he's gonna be weaker into the lane against the carry in these pets because yeah, you usually have to be a 50-50 before, but now yeah, it's gonna be the clown now. Mikey, hey, got to be careful. Oh, flicker.
Oh no, moment's
Oh.
coming. You gotta back off somehow or the other.
Okay.
Oh no!
Okay.
What? He could have walked straight. He could have just walked straight. Why they? Oh,
Oh
God!
man.
Why
He
would
have
he
like
just? Yeah, exactly.
he must have had a feel kind of security because he thought that without the minions farming couldn't dash, but one dash and Taunt Rose is gonna be enough to take him down. So now for Eden, he's gonna be able to have a good lead that they have right now. But hey, what? Another
Yeah,
kill for Hwamin?
but
Stevenson.
that's the abyssal. What's the? Wait, what?